everyone. Welcome back to English with Rose. Today we have a very important topic, IELTS preparation for 2025. If you're planning to take the IELTS exam soon, this episode is for you. We'll cover the best strategies for each section of the test and give you practical tips to help you improve your score. To guide us, I have a special guest, Alex, an experienced IELTS tutor who has helped hundreds of students achieve their target scores. Welcome, Alex.
Hi, Rose. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here and share some useful IELTS tips for 2025. The exam is always evolving, so it's important for students to stay updated and prepare effectively.
Absolutely. Let's start with the basics. What's the most important thing students should do when preparing for IELTS?
The first and most important step is understanding the test format. Many students start preparing without really knowing how the exam is structured, and that can be a big mistake. IELTS has 4 sections. 1. Listening, 30 minutes. 2. Reading, 60 minutes. 3. Writing, 60 minutes. 4. Speaking, 11 to 14 minutes. Each section has specific question type, so it's crucial to practice them in advance. For example, in the listening section, you might have multiple choice questions, matching exercises, or sentence completion tasks. Knowing these formats will help you feel more confident on test day.
That's a great point. Now, IELTS keeps evolving. Are there any changes in the 2025 IELTS exam that students should know about?
Yes, there are a few key updates for 2025. AI-assisted assessments. In some locations, the writing and speaking sections are now partially evaluated by AI, so students need to focus on clear pronunciation, fluency, and structured writing. More natural language in speaking. Examiners now expect candidates to use more natural expressions, idioms, and phrasal verbs instead of robotic, memorized answers. Updated reading passages. Some new reading topics focus on technology, sustainability, and global issues, so students should read about these subjects to prepare.
That's really interesting. Let's go section by section now. First, listening. What are your top tips?
Listening can be challenging because of different English accents used in the test. British, American, Australian, and even Canadian. To improve, students should expose themselves to different accents by listening to podcasts, news reports, and YouTube videos. Take notes while listening to improve focus and memory. Predict answers before listening by reading the questions carefully.
That's so useful. Now let's move to reading. Many students find this section difficult because of time pressure. Any advice?
The reading section has 3 long passages with a total of 40 questions, and students only have 60 minutes to complete it. My top tips are: use skimming and scanning techniques. Skim the passage quickly to understand the main idea, then scan for keywords to find answers. Manage time wisely. Don't spend too long on one question. Move on and come back if needed. Expand vocabulary. Reading different types of articles, especially from sources like BBC, The Guardian, and National Geographic will help. Practice with official IELTS reading tests. This will help students get used to the difficulty level.
Those are great tips. Now let's talk about writing, which many students find the hardest. What is your strategy for a high score?
Yes, writing is often the most challenging part. There are 2 tasks. Task 1. Describe a graph, table, or diagram, academic. Or write a letter, general training. Task 2. Write an essay based on an argument or opinion. My top tips: follow a clear structure. For essays, use a 4-paragraph format. Introduction, 2 body paragraphs, and conclusion. Use linking words like however, therefore, in addition, on the other hand, to connect ideas. Avoid repetition. Use synonyms and varied sentence structures. Get feedback. Ask a teacher or use AI tools like Grammarly to check grammar and coherence.
That's really practical advice. Now, let's talk about the speaking section. Many students feel nervous. What can they do to improve?
The speaking test lasts 11 to 14 minutes and has 3 parts. 1. Introduction and interview. General questions about yourself. 2. Long turn. You speak for 1 to 2 minutes on a given topic. 3. Discussion, a deeper conversation on the topic. To improve speaking, practice speaking every day. Even 10 minutes a day makes a difference. Use real-life examples to make answers sound natural. Avoid memorized answers. Examiners can tell if responses sound robotic. Record yourself and listen to identify mistakes. A great tip is to use the mirror technique. Stand in front of a mirror and practice answering questions. This builds confidence and improves fluency.
Wow, these are such valuable insights. Before we finish, what is your final advice for IELTS students?
My biggest advice is don't just study hard, study smart. Make a study plan, focus on weak areas but practice all sections. Use official IELTS materials. Cambridge IELTS books and online practice tests are the best resources. Stay calm on test day, get good sleep, eat well, and believe in yourself.
That's great motivation. Thank you so much, Alex, for sharing these amazing tips. I'm sure our listeners will find them really helpful.
My pleasure, Rose. Good luck to everyone preparing for IELTS in 2025. You've got this.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of English with Rose. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Also, let us know in the comments, what is your biggest challenge in IELTS? See you next time.